Hi, I'm Will.
And I'm Chris.
We're from the Smith Street Band.
And you're watching Noise 11.
Welcome to Noise 11. We are here with Chris and Will from the Smith Street Band. Welcome, boys.
Hello, thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming in.
It's great to
I've
be
been
here.
enjoying the record. Am I allowed to enjoy it yet? Is it out?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
No one else can, but you and
I
a few
get
other people can, yeah.
Exclusively.
This is Sunshine and Technology, second record for the band.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, like, before you recorded the first album, you knew people liked you as a band, but you didn't really have any anticipation. You put it out, everyone kind of went bananas. What, it got album of the year and a couple of lists around the place.
It's crazy.
Yep. Now there's the pressure, guys.
There's no pressure.
The difficult second album, yeah.
The pressure's only there if you put it on yourself.
Yeah, everyone's just going to say it's not as punk as the first one anyway, because that's what you're supposed to say, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, you can hurry up and sell out now.
Yeah. We're trying, no.
Try as hard as we can to sell out. I don't know. No, there's no pressure, I don't think.
There was a bit initially, like, I know I write the songs, and it was a bit like, the first one we figured we'd record it, and our 20 mates would say, "Oh yeah, it's great," and then we just sort of continue living our lives. But like, people like bought it and like liked it, and it was sort of when we sort of started writing this one, I sort of thought, oh, like people are actually going to hear this besides like my mum and my friends, and it was a bit like daunting at first, but then I think people like your first album because there's that innocence and stuff, and so many bands will try and make the same thing on the second one, but I think if you just do what comes naturally and what comes easy, and if people like it, they like it, and if they don't, we're still super proud of it. So,
did you lose your innocence in between albums?
A little bit, but not too much.
It's a very personal question.
Well, I'm not 17 as I was when we recorded the first one, so.
Oh, what?
Oh no, I wasn't 17.
He's joking.
I was about to say.
I was 14. No. Yeah, how old was I? 19? 20.
Yeah,
young enough.
Anyway.
Right, hang on this new record, there's allusions to the fact that, you're talking about childhood dreams. Because of your childhood dreams, you're not that far off them.
No, I'm pretty much living my dreams right now. It's really exciting.
Right. But also, I think I'm particularly mentioning in I Want Friends, this new song, which I guess people haven't heard just yet. It's really, really frank about, my sad sack friends getting married and moving out to the suburbs, and I never want to do that. And I know that's a thought that goes through a lot of people's heads, but they never say it. How can that be happening to you if you're this young?
I guess that one's a bit more like, because I'm 22 now, so a lot of people that I sort of grew up with and went to high school with have got degrees, or in the last year their degrees, and are getting real jobs, and I guess sort of watching people like that, and sort of on one hand like being a bit like envious, like I dropped out of uni to do this, and in some ways what I'm doing is kind of harder to justify than what they're doing. I guess it's harder to say it's a real thing,
So you wrote a song about it.
Yeah, it is kind of like, it's like, fuck you, what I'm doing is cool. Sorry if I swore, I'm not allowed to do that.
That's right, it's the internet, man. Go nuts.
Great. Fuck no. Yeah, I guess that song was kind of a reaction to just sort of watching people grow up and like just kind of become miserable and focus on earning money and moving ahead in the career. But it's like, these are people that sort of 2 years ago were happy to sit in the park and play guitar all day, and I don't know, it bums me out.
Right.
I think people should try and have fun as much as they can, I guess.
Yeah. They're just going to say, oh, you're just being defensive.
Oh, that's fair enough. I don't think I am. I think, well, you can look at it either like sort of one or two ways. Like you can look at us wanting to be in a band as us just staying adolescent and never growing up, or like I think it's pretty kind of brave without trying to like blow our own collective horn. Like it's hard, like it's really hard, and we work really, really hard, and no one really appreciates that, but we know how hard we work, and we appreciate the work, and we're proud of what we do. So
there's no danger in being too frank with lyrics, especially because they're like your lyrics, but the rest of the band feels like they kind of have to are representative.
Nah, there's never been like one moment where we've even thought about vetoing Will's lyrics. Like that's the beauty, that's what originally drew me so like quickly to Will's songs and his songwriting, is it's completely 100% him and honest, and so like to edit that is doing the band an injustice, and maybe like then you become something like we were talking about before with the the second album, Losing Your Innocence or whatever. Maybe that's when that happens, as soon as you start to edit yourself and question yourself. So yeah.
Do you need a band?
No.
No, we
No.
suck. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I love playing solo. I still play solo. I'll put out solo things sort of my whole life, but I love playing in this band. Like it's just it was a band that we chose because we're all friends and we all sort of believe in the same thing and want to do the same thing. It wasn't like that's the best guitarist in Melbourne, that's the best bassist. It was like we'd all be sitting around hanging out anyway. Like
We all live in the same suburb and drink beers at night and have coffee during the day.
Yeah, we hang out a lot.
and then sometimes have band practice or play a show.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like
So
it works.
it's pretty
It works,
fun.
man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Also, I don't know if haven't given it enough of a listen, but Sunshine Technology seems to, when the band does come in, when the ballsiness comes in, it seems a lot bigger than when the band came in on the first record.
Yeah.
What was the recording like? Did you sort of agonise over that a bit just to get the right sound coming in?
Yeah, agonise probably isn't the right term, but yeah, whatever. We spent a lot longer figuring this one out, and I guess that goes back to what Will was saying before. With the first one, we didn't know we didn't know if anyone was going to hear it or care or whatever. And now, obviously, there's somewhat of an expectation on this one. Not that that's a reason to do it, but we spent about 2 weeks tracking this one and then another week mixing, as compared to like 5 or 6 days total for the first album.
Yeah.
So it was a lot longer, and we had some pretty amazing people help us on this one. We tracked it with a guy called Sam Johnson at a studio called Three Phase in Brunswick, and like he's just an amazing guy to work with. Not only is he like a super technically minded guy and knows sound and knows instruments way better than any of us do, but he's just like a really calming kind of dude to have in the studio. Like
Calming guy. Did
like,
you guys read that?
I've
Everyone does when they're
fucked up-
recording, man.
fucked up drum takes like a million times,
A lot,
and you're like
yeah.
down to the tiniest detail, and you're like freaking out over it, and you're anxious. And Sam somehow he's like, "Oh, you ready for another jam?" Like he just
Yeah.
it just makes you feel like you've got all the time in the world. So that was rad, and then we mixed it with a guy called Matt Voigt at Sing Sing Studios in Richmond, and
It's a
he
beautiful
was
place.
amazing place, amazing guy. He's done some stuff for
Yeah,
bands.
so he did Nation Blue
Nation
and
Blue,
Midnight Oil, yeah?
Yeah.
Midnight Oil. He's done like his list of bands that he's worked with is huge, and we had huge respect. It was almost a little bit daunting going in, but he's like a lovely guy and like really like laid back. Had to check his
Dream team
his
scores the whole time. His
fantasy
football
AFL
game.
team. It's like, oh guys, I've got to take a break to check to make my trades. So that was awesome, and he once again is a really professional dude, and just got an amazing sound. So that's probably where it comes from.
Right. I'm so
Yeah.
glad that you guys haven't done what seemingly every single band does. I mean, it's only your second album, I guess. Seemingly every single band goes, well, we can't get anything good, we can't get anything good here, but we have to go overseas to record. And there's this, I guess there's an idea of for the name, the accent, the Brunswick and Smith Street thing, there's a real sense of parochialism.
Parochialism.
Should we say that?
Yeah, something like that. I think that's the word.
Pride?
Pride.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of has a negative
There's
connotation.
patriotism, and then there's I think we're obviously proud of where we came from, and we all still live in Melbourne. Like I love living here. I want to live in Tasmania, but there's not much of a music scene down there, so I sort of got to stay here. But I think you've got to where you come from is like who you are. I think it is the most frustrating thing seeing an Australian band and the guy gets up in the interview and goes, we're doing this, rah rah, and starts singing with an American accent, and it's just kind of like singing's, that's just an extension of your voice. That's supposed to, and your lyrics are, it's what you're trying to say, it's what you're trying to put across, and if you do it in a false way and not sort of true to who you are, be that good or be that bad, I don't know, it's not genuine, it's not real. I think music has to be honest and real, and that's what's relatable, I think.
Yeah, again, subject matter, you're not writing anything necessarily too different from other artists. You're writing about love and loss and friends and all that sort of regular stuff. It's just that for some reason it seems a lot more honest. And
because it's all super honest, I guess. I know, I feel like you could have tell some bands try and write that all-encompassing breakup song or that all-encompassing whatever song where it's like everyone's been dumped, everyone's been heartbroken, everyone's got drunk, like nothing we're doing is that different from anything anyone else has done. So if you try and tell it from their perspective, it's kind of like arrogant, I guess, to feel like I can sum up the way all these people feel because I'm an artist, where it's like if you just like I just write about the shit I've done, like, and other people have done it and they seem to relate to it.
All right. You got a very good endorsement from, Frank Turner, as we talked about before. You toured with him. You got the... Frank Turner said, this Mystery Band is my new favourite band. How much did that cost you?
A lot of
an
favours.
undisclosed. That's the one question you weren't allowed to ask.
Can we cut that?
Nah, Frank...
He's a sweetheart. He's a nice dude.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. Like...
Because he's got fans all the way around the world, and they will find you if
they
he
have,
endorses.
Yeah, every time.
We get a little Frank bump every time he tweets about us.
He tweets or writes something and the followers just goes up. It's stupid, but anyway.
I know. He, I didn't think we knew how famous he was until like that tour happened and there were people
until he
like...
played the Olympics?
Yeah, he played the Olympics and Wembley with Billy Bragg supporting him and like... Even on that
Bragg
tour,
supporting him,
yeah, that was the kind of like
at a sold out Wembley arena.
But he deserves it, man. Like that sort of, if we were ever going to get to a position where we were a big band, it would be like he's done it by just touring. Like he's done it by just being a road dog and just touring and touring and touring and touring. Like he's played thousands and thousands of shows, and it's like that's what we want from a band. And to be able to hang out with them and watch them and see how they operate and like, not that we've got these big dreams of becoming a big famous band, but being able to watch a band like that, it was so kind of inspiring. Like, and they're just like all the Sleeping Souls guys and Frank, they're like the best dudes and they're really nice. And like I still text Frank giving him shit about playing the Olympics, and he writes back saying, when are you going to give me the album? Like, yeah, I don't think it'll be the last time we'll play together. And yeah, it was amazing, man.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know strangers to touring heavily. You're talking about Tassie. You played Launceston. No one plays Launceston.
We do.
Yeah. But that's cool. Everyone from Bunbury to Launceston. I read that you're going to China.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So excited.
It's going to be
Whose
awesome.
crazy idea was to do gigs in China?
It was our bass player Fitzy's, probably I'm going to put it down to.
Yeah.
We are going to the US in October, and we were looking at flights, and the cheapest flights stop in Beijing, so why don't we see if we can extend the stopover? And we know a guy in China, so yeah, a single guy.
A guy who
no,
knows
two
another
actually.
guy?
No, we know Reese as well.
And so yeah, we could extend the stopover by a week. Emailed our friend in China, and who happens to be a promoter, and 24 hours later, we had like 5 or 6 shows booked.
Oh, so not just the show in
Beijing. We're doing a tour,
yeah, it's like six shows in 9 days around China or something.
We were just saying in the car we might be playing at a town out of Beijing which has never had a foreign band play before.
Wow.
Ever, which is cool. I want to do that.
Yeah, that just makes me want to do it more. Like, that was just a thing that, like, if we can do it, why not?
Well, you're doing a festival in Florida, yeah?
Yeah.
The Fest.
The Fest.
Yeah.
The Fest.
The Fest.
This is going to be interesting too, because a lot of the style of music, I'd say, there seems to be quite a bit of it in Florida. I can't particularly name exactly one artist. Hot Water Music is probably what I'm thinking of.
Against Me.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Kind of a lot of that sort of stuff started there, I guess.
Yeah, so you're going to the epicenter.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know that we sound very much like those bands, but yeah, it seems, for some reason, I don't know why, maybe someone else can explain it, but Gainesville seems to be like the hub for those type of bands.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going down there, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be awesome.
I can't wait. It's like every year you see that lineup get announced. It's stupid. It's like 250 bands or something. So we'll probably play like the opening show for the band that nobody knows.
Right. Yeah.
But who cares? We're going to be
yeah.
All the other bands.
Hopefully, so we can see all our favourite bands.
But who cares? We're going to be in Florida at the fest, and like I've wanted to go to that thing for like 5 or 6 years, and to be able to go is one thing, but then to be able to play is...
It's an honour, man.
It's, absolute
it's
hugely humbling and like exciting and I can't wait.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you guys as being
thank you.
representatives for Australia.
Thanks, man.
That's good.
Yeah.
The record's great.
Thank
you.
I don't know what else to say, but people who loved your first one are gonna buy it anyway. But seriously, if you'd like any of the bands that we've been talking about, get the record, Science and Technology. When does it come out again?
Sunshine Technology.
Sunshine Technology.
You're not
at
the
it.
first person who's done that.
Really?
I think someone from Triple J did that. Am I allowed to say Triple J?
I guess science and technology makes more sense.
Right, Sunshine Technology. When's it coming out again?
August
24th.
24th.
August 24th.
Yep.
Okay, thanks, guys.
No worries.